Ruiz really didn't mess up things in the heavyweight division the way people may feel. You know what? That's the best thing that happened in the heavyweight division. Maybe it's not the best thing that happened to the mega fight for boxing in general, but for the heavyweight division, just eliminating everything else in the sport of boxing and sports in general, but just for the heavyweight division, it does a good thing to it. People may ask, why, man? We lost the best fight that probably would have been in the history books. I'm talking about probably top 3, top 2. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. We lost that big fight. But I think it actually could be bigger. Maybe not Anthony Joshua. Maybe not the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. But it just opens the door for more money to be made instead of just waiting on that one fight. But now it does become more interesting. And why do I say it becomes more interesting? Because we have implemented a new base into the heavyweight division. What I mean about new base is that we all know that Mexico is a big fan base in the sport of boxing. It's a big fan base. And especially in America. Because of course, we always say, oh man, a lot of people don't show support to the American fighters and things of that nature. The good thing about Andy Ruiz is that he's a heavyweight. He reps Mexico. And he speaks Spanish and English. Where we don't got to wait until a translator and then the promotional thing is, you know what I mean. English is universal, especially in boxing where everybody can understand each other. Everybody, when they talk smack, is good, is organic and things of that nature. It's not like, I really don't like the trash talk translator. Like I say something, trash talk, and the other guy is talking about, but he said, get through the, you know what I'm talking about. But it's good that the Mexican fan base is a part of the heavyweight division. Of course, the Mexican fan base is naturally, in the lower division, in the middleweight division with Canelo Alvarez, with the Leo Santa Cruzes of the world and things of that nature. But I think in the heavyweight division, we don't see it because, and of course they're gonna tune in, but we don't see that pride in those fights because of course it's been the UK and it's been Deontay Wilder on the American side. We got Tyson Fury, we got Anthony Joshua, we had the Klitschko's. So the fan base, we know that Mexico in America is a bigger fan base than the American themselves, and I think they're going to show up. So it's good. I think Anthony Joshua may have lost the biggest fight, but he has created another avenue of making way more money. You understand what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder might have lost the biggest fight, but a fight with a fight, he still can fight Anthony Joshua. Not going to fight big, but he still can fight Anthony Joshua. A fight with Anthony Ruiz is going to be big, and he already got that avenue with Tyson Fury. So in actuality, a lot of people saying that he lost a lot of money on the table. He could gain it right back. The only problem is that Deontay Wilder is going to gain it by fighting more times than actually fighting that one time or two fights, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. But then it gives a chance for Andy Ruiz and his storyline and his story to really be in the forefront of boxing, because I do think that Andy Ruiz does help boxing in a sense of his body type, in his underground persona, and the way he worked his way into the rankings, and a lot of people don't know nothing about him, and guys like Stephen A. Smith talking crap, or not respecting him and things of that nature. That is gonna play. That is gonna play great into building fights. Is the overcoming, and of course that relates to the normal average person. Andy Ruiz relates to the normal average person. Deontay Wilder's a freak of nature. Yes. Anthony Joshua, his body is up to par, but I'm not saying that everybody looks like Andy Ruiz, but the underground thing about his character, about his story, is it resonates with a lot of people, and especially in boxing when you got the the Mexican fan base. You got, and you can even add in the political sense. You already know with the Donald Trump and a lot of people talking about immigration and the border and building the wall and things of that nature. It's so much to be that could be advertised and marketed, and there could be a storyline in so many ways for Andy Ruiz. I believe this is the best thing that happened for the heavyweight division, and maybe I would just say, even in the beginning, what I was talking about is just, it's not all-around boxing. It could actually help all-around boxing because of, again, the heavyweight division does dictate where boxing is at. If the heavyweight division is great, boxing is great. If the heavyweight division is not, then boxing, a lot of people do say, and a lot of media don't like to cover it, unless if you're, like I said in other videos, Canelo, Triple G, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. It's not really a forefront sport in the sporting media. I think Andy Ruiz actually winning does great for the heavyweight division, does great boxing, but in particular the heavyweight division. I think that's the best thing that happened. Thank you, Andy Ruiz. You have brought a whole new support, a whole new fan base into the heavyweight division, where it's gonna be great for boxing, it's gonna be great for the fans to tune in, and it's just gonna be great for sporting itself and a storyline that resonate with the average person. So you already know. Let me know what y'all feel. Maybe y'all be like, nah. Anthony Joshua should have won, man. We lost the best thing. If you want to think like that, I understand very well. But if you really think about it like this, there could be more fights. It could be very interesting. It could actually be, let's say if Andy Ruiz does beat Anthony Joshua again, it could be very interesting when it comes Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. You already know when it's Mexico versus the black guy, it's always, and it's not about race thing, but if you know boxing, it's always a big fight. When you got a great Mexican versus a great American, it's gonna be good. I'm telling you, it could be a big fight. It could be a real big fight. With Tyson Fury also from the UK, it's not like you losing a UK fan base. You already know, it's not like you losing a UK fan base. So we know Tyson Fury is the best, probably right now, to self-promote himself. It's gonna be good, but it is very interesting now. Forget about the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Andy Ruiz have stepped the scene, and he's bringing a whole nation into this heavyweight division.